But they got free healthcare.
There you go. Welcome back, everybody. Google Plus just broadcasted by itself, which is fantastic. My quality should be really bad, but that's okay. If you can hear my beautiful voice, that's all that matters. We are going to move on through week 2. The technical difficulty should end tonight. Next week, we will have our computer technology guru on, and that should eliminate most of the issues. So if we're moving on, I already called Cardinals over Bears. Who do you guys have in this game?
I agree. I got Arizona all the way. I think Chicago's got a lot of work to do. And Arizona's one of those teams that they got a lot of powerhouse players. So I think I think it'll be one of those 2.5 score games. So we'll see.
Since they got rid of Lovie Smith, the Bears' defense has been a dumpster fire, and I think that continues. They let a lot of veteran guys go, and I think they're starting to feel it now with the way their defense has played the last couple of years. Arizona, for whatever reason, with old quarterbacks past their prime, going back to when they got Kurt Warner, that just seems to be a recipe that works for them. So I like the Cardinals in this as well. Even though they're on the road, I think they're the better team.
Yep, I think we all Cardinals across this board. Did we cover Saints Buccaneers?
No.
Oh, I think it's Saints all day, right? I don't think there's a contest there.
Yeah, that's.
I would like to think that Drew Brees, as a veteran quarterback, can do something to a defense that Marcus Mariota, a rookie quarterback, tore apart piece by piece.
Yeah. All right, so we're in agreement there. That was an easy pick. Anyway, moving forward, this game, this is where it gets real interesting.
I
really
like
good.
games.
Patriots at the Bills. Rex Ryan taking over, made the Colts look ridiculous. Patriots coming off their win, those extra days off. Divisional game, who do you guys got?
I've got the Bills. I like the Bills in this game. Their defense, I was not ready for them to be that good. I forgot how good of a defensive coach Rex Ryan can be. The only question is if their offense can match the pace, because I do not think the Patriots' offense is going to be stopped that well. So hopefully the Bills' defense and offense up to the challenge. I got Bills. It's at home, and their defense looked outstanding last week. So I'm thinking we're going to see more of the same this week.
I agree. I like the Bills in this one, but I don't want to discredit the Patriots, even though I don't like them. You got to look. Tom Brady had a heck of a start to the season. He threw 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, just straight up killed it in week 1. I would like to see Patriots lose because it's always something with New England. So I'd like to see Patriots lose, and I think this would be a good game for them to lose. Bills are a pretty good team. They got a solid defense. We'll just see how they handle it. So I got the Bills on this one, but it will be a really close game, I feel like.
Yeah, and like I was illustrating at the beginning, divisional games are always really close. Rex Ryan obviously knows the Patriots really well. He stayed in the AFC East. But I'm with you guys. I thought I'd be one of the only ones to pick them, but I definitely got the Bills. I love what Rex Ryan did with that defense against them, and I love how Tyrod Taylor looked. They got super speed on both ends with Percy Harvin and Sammy Watkins. I like what the Bills have done, but it's hard to discredit the Patriots because you know they're going to give them a fight. So I got the Bills, and I think it'll be a close one.
Yeah, you can't discount the Patriots. Patriots are a very, very solid team, and they have been for years now. They're just one of those teams that you know they can flat out play some football.
Yeah. And we move on to a game that I think you guys should know who I'm going to pick, but we'll go with see what you guys say. Chargers at the Bengals. What do you guys got on this one?
I don't.
You won't hurt my feelings. You
I
won't. I
got
promise.
Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati played really well last week. They're a team that continues to progress. Um, San, and it all depends on which San Diego they face from last week. If they face first half San Diego, that's going to be a lose hands down. If they play second half San Diego, I think it'll be a close one. But I do have Cincinnati on this one.
I also have Cincinnati in this one. I love their two running backs that they have back there, in Jordan Hill and Giovanni Bernard. That's a great 1-2 punch. Andy Dalton is a very good regular season quarterback. Had this been the playoffs, I would definitely have gone with the Chargers the way they play. But this is a very good regular season football team. They show up week in, week out. They get 10 to 11 wins a year, and they protect their house. They play well at home. I love AJ Green as your main threat as a receiver. Andy Dalton can make throws occasionally. They're going out in really good corners this week. I think a lot of why they looked good last week was specifically because they played the Raiders. But I'd like them at home to win this game.
A couple of years ago, the Bengals were undefeated at home until the playoffs, and a certain team went into their jungle and whooped up on them. These are my boys. The Chargers did. Of course, I got the Chargers. I have to pick the Chargers, and especially when it's a close game like this. I love the Bengals. They got a great team. Tyler Eifert's a beast. AJ Green's a beast. Like you're saying, Andy Dalton does his thing in the regular season. I like their defense, their running backs, Jeremy Hill and Giovanni Bernard. It's a fantastic team. However, this Chargers team offense is not going to be slowed down. I think they have way too many weapons. I think AJ Green gets shut down. You're hearing it. It's a bold prediction, but I think he will be shut down. I don't think that he's going to do too much against them. Tyler Eifert will do his thing. The running backs is going to be key. Chargers linebackers, can they keep pace with the Cincinnati running backs? I think they do. I think that the Chargers offense is too much for the Bengals defense to handle. I think the Chargers win by a touchdown.
All right. We shall see. That's a good game. It'll be a good game now.
I agree. I think it's going to be a really good game. It's at Bengals, and like you're saying, they play great at home, especially regular season.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be one of a key or a very marquee game to watch. I think it's going to be real fun to watch.
But San Diego's also coming off a game where they had a huge comeback, too, so that's going to boost morale, too. And you're always talking about bringing over morale and confidence from one week to the other. So that'll do it. And I'd like to interrupt this program for a score update. Denver scored with 36 seconds left in the game. It was a pass from Peyton Manning into the end zone. I couldn't see who he threw it to.
Emmanuel Sanders, 19 yards.
There you go, Emmanuel Sanders. Beautiful catch. I'm watching the game right now, so if I'm a little off, that's why. I can't show you the game because of copyrights. I don't want FBI coming in here and putting me in handcuffs. But it looks like we had talked about earlier, if they was possibly going to go with the win with the new rules and all that. They did not. They did decide to tie the game up, so it is 24-all, 36 seconds left in the game. Kansas City looks like it has one timeout remaining.
Ooh, good stuff.
We will keep you updated as we go. Probably won't make it into the overtime, but we'll see where we break it off. So we'll go ahead and move to the next game of Week 2.
Yeah, this is going to be a real barn burner, guys. This is I'm actually looking forward to this game more than Patriots, Bills, more than Chargers, Bengals. We got the Titans and the Browns. Who do you guys got in this game of two Super Bowl contenders?
I believe Mariota really needs to thank the NFL for the schedule that starts his career. I think it's going to make him look a whole lot better than he is, and it's going to be really, really bad when the schedule starts to go a little bit against him. And I did not like the Browns at all last week. Well, I take that back. I really liked the Browns in the first half of last week, and then, as always with the Browns, they proved in the second half why they are the Browns. They took a very good competitive game and just kind of rolled over in the second half.
But Johnny football for you.
I think Mariota is pretty good. I think I undersold him at the beginning of the year. Now he did play Tampa Bay, so we'll see. But I think Browns is about as good of a defense. I think Joe Hayden's a much better corner than anybody on the Buccaneers. But after that, there's not a lot on that Browns defense to really be scared of, at least not consistently. So I think the Titans kind of win this going away.
Who is the quarterback for the Browns right now? Is Johnny Football starting?
Yeah, as far as I know,
Yeah,
yes. Still trying to figure out if
yeah.
it was a concussion.
Oh, fantastic. So you got Mr. Humble and Mariota going against Mr. Flash, even though he's calmed it down tremendously this year, and Johnny Football. This game is tough, and it's not because it's two amazing teams. It's because you don't know what you're getting with these guys, these teams.
You don't know what you're going to flush first.
Yeah, exactly. And I personally, I had this on my little notepad on the side. Who did I pick? Titans over the Browns.
I would like to interrupt you one more time. There is a flag on the play, though, but it looked like we had a fumble. Kansas City returned for a touchdown by Denver. We'll see what the flag is and get back to you.
Oh,
27 seconds left in the game. Let's see what it is. Oh, it looks like they did call the touchdown. Denver.
I love the NFL.
You have to. It's it's that kind of sport.
It's my favorite reality TV show. All right, I love it. It's fantastic.
It sure was a fumble. Yep. Jamal Charles.
Oh.
Sorry for whoever has him on his fantasy.
Not I. Not this year.
All right. I have to agree. Who was you picking on this one, Nick? I apologize.
I picked the Titans. No, don't worry about it. I picked Titans.
You got Titans. I have to agree. I think the best part of any Lions game is when the clock reads 0 at the end of the fourth quarter. I got Lions on this one. I'm sorry, I got Titans on this one all the way.
And so we go ahead and we move on to, the Falcons going up against the New York Giants. And the Giants just lost a heartbreaker. They gave the game away. I don't know why that's planned. They gave the game away. The play calling was atrocious, and the Cowboys beat up on them. The Falcons, the Eagles were the super team, the team a lot of people are talking about to do big things, myself included. I thought the Eagles would come out of this start the season going crazy. And they looked like they might come back from that game, but the Falcons definitely held on and did their thing. And this game, again, it's much like the previous. It's tough because both teams, I don't know what you're getting out of either. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Giants at home. It's not a divisional game. I think they get their weapons more involved, Victor Cruz and Odell Beckham. I'm not sold on the Falcons yet. I think what the coach has done with the Falcons is really good. I really like what he's done utilizing that talent, but he had to utilize it, and I don't think the Falcons have enough talent yet on the defensive side of the ball to stay with the Giants. That being said, Mr. Julio Jones is probably going to go off yet again. So we're going to see, but I do got the Giants in this one.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I don't agree with the pick. I think
this guy go at because it's already over.
Let me click that off real quick. I do have Falcons in this game. I do like what you said with the new coach, what he's doing, and he did come from Seattle, and a lot of people are, they're trying to compare Gus with the other head coach. The only thing that I have to say about that is you can't really compare the two for the simple fact that Atlanta already had key players in place. And like you said, he's utilizing talent that's already there. Gus, not so much. He had to rebuild an entire franchise. I do think Falcons will come into the game, and I think it's going to be a close one, but I do have Falcons winning this one now.
I also like the Falcons. I just don't think the Giants have enough weapons on offense. I don't like Eli Manning as a quarterback. I think he's a little inconsistent. Falcons coming off a big game. I think they should have lost. I think the Eagles more lost that game than the Falcons won it. That had to settle for a lot of field goals. But Julio Jones is a monster. He very, very difficult to cover, and I do not think the Giants have elite corners good enough to cover him. And I think he will end up being the big difference in the game. I'm also very interested to see what Terrence Coleman does. He had a very good game last week. This is his first road game. A rookie coming off of his first kind of really a big game for him, I thought. I'm interested to see if he builds on that or if he kind of has a second game slump here and kind of his first road game in an NFL stadium. Interested to see how that affects his play. But I think the Falcons are able to win this game.
And we go ahead and move on to the last 1 o'clock Eastern game, the Rams at the Redskins. And I called it last week, and they're going to do it again. And this is a much easier opponent for them, but I think the Rams are going to win again. The defense proved how dominant they really, really are. It was a great game. It went to the overtime. It was fantastic to watch. But they're not playing the Seahawks this week. They're playing the Redskins. It's not going to be close. I think the Rams have this one easy.
I totally agree. And as far as last week goes, you always like the games that go into overtime. That always makes it a little more exciting. Washington, they're not impressive. Not one part of their game is impressive. I think it's going to be a blowaway. Really, you're talking like 14 to 21 point differential blowaway. I more lean towards 21 points.
Oh, ouch!
Three touchdowns, not just 3 scores, 3 touchdown differential against Washington this week. So.
I'm gonna agree. I do not like the Redskins. They have just progressively got worse over the last few years. They lost to the Dolphins, who did not score an offensive touchdown last week, and that takes a special kind of bad football to do. Especially in this day and age of high-powered offenses, for you to be able to lose to a team that you did not allow a touchdown against on the offensive side of the ball. The Rams are a very good special teams unit. I think that's going to help out a lot. That was some of the problems the Redskins ran into last week. We'll see. We'll see if Foles can not throw picks and be a little more consistent. But Redskins are just, even at home, they're one of those teams. I think that they're a cellar dweller team for the foreseeable future right now. So I like the Rams. I think they'll be able to get something done. And Dolphins proved it last week. Even if you can't on offense, so long as you can score a touchdown, really, doesn't matter how you do it. And I think it'll be a couple big special teams plays will be what give the Rams the edge over the Redskins this week.
And we move on, and I already want Ken. You're gonna have to take this one away. What's the next game on the slate?
The Dolphins and the Jaguars. We hit on this earlier. This is going to be Jacksonville's last home game for another, what would really be 4 weeks before they're back at home. They have a 3 road game stretch coming up after this. And they need to win this game. They're playing Miami at home. Miami's offense didn't look too sharp in week 1, but it looked a whole lot better than Jacksonville's offense. I think if we can correct the mistakes from week 1, which most of them was mental errors, I think we'll do really good. Miami's going against what I think is one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL. They're a very, very good defense. They have a strong 4 up front. The picks we picked, some of the free agents we got, I think we have a top-notch defense. They held their own last week, and they was on the field for the majority of the time. Looking at the stats last week, one thing we need to work on is third down conversions. We converted 25% third down conversions, and I promise you, you will never win a game converting 25% on third down conversions. It is literally impossible to win a game if you're only converting 25%. Unless you get a couple good Hail Marys, you're not going to win a game that way. We need to work on our third downs. We need to work on just the mental errors. I think Gus is going to do a really good job with that. They talk a lot about it in practice. They said they had a much better practice after the loss. But they do need to have this win because we will next week be getting ready to play New England in New England, and we're going to need as much confidence going into that week as possible. And Miami is going to be the team to beat to do it. Unfortunately, my heart says Jacksonville, but my mind says Miami. I do have Miami picked to win this game, but it would be a game that I would like to say, oh, crap, I was actually wrong about that one. So I do have Miami on this one.
And anytime your favorite team is up, that is definitely the thought process, especially when your heart's in it, but your mind tells you something else. Little tidbit that I didn't know. I didn't think they get to follow Jacksonville's game against the Panthers too closely last week, but Jacksonville only trailed by 1 point into the third quarter until Bortles threw a pick six, which that ended up being the big play. That goes to show you how, the Jaguars, they're putting a fight in. And TJ Yeldon, he's 67 yards on 15 carries? That's not bad.
3 points.
Not bad. Yeah.
Something like
and
that.
he's a rookie. He's getting his feet wet, doing his thing. However, he is going up against Sue and Wake and the rest of that defense over in Miami, who I hate doing it to your boys, Ken, but I definitely got the Dolphins winning this one.
Yeah.
I just think that, there's a lot of weapons, and I think Miami is one of those teams that has a lot going on for them, and they have to hit that stride. And this is a game the Dolphins should win. However, I can see the Jaguars winning this game. I honestly can see it. I can see it happening.
If they don't stop us from being one-dimensional, we like to play 2 dimensions to football. We like to run the football, and then you got Blake Bortles that can either run or pass. Blake Bortles is one of those guys, and what I really like to see with Blake, last year he had that long throwing arm. It almost looked like he was freaking golfing. You bring the arm way, way back here and just throw it way out there. If you look at him now, he's got really short, accurate throws going on, and he's more poised in the pocket, which I like to see. They're not going to be able to do a whole lot with the run against Miami. That's why we need to pick the pass game up, and you're not going to be able to do that if you have receivers missing wide open catches. Unfortunately, our star player on offense, which we was excited to have this year, and Julius Thomas, he won't be out until at least week 4, talking about maybe week 6, week 7. He's got another appointment coming up to get another opinion, but I wouldn't expect to see him anytime soon. But you got to play with what you got. We're tired of hearing excuses as Jaguars fans now. You can't always say you're in a rebuilding phase. We've been rebuilding for 3 years now. You can't say that. What I will say for Jacksonville is since 2013, we have one player on the team that's been there since 2013. Because there used to be 2. Josh Scobie is one of them, but we just traded Josh Scobie to Pittsburgh. So Paul Posluszny is holding it down as our oldest Jaguar. You're only talking about 2 years difference, 2 years. So it is a brand new organization. I think once they figure it out, Jacksonville will be that top tier team like they used to be. Back in 2008, we lost 3 games, and all 3 games was to Tennessee. um, unfortunately. Um, but you can't say they're the worst team in the league. We're one of the teams that we sent Dan Marino into retirement, destroying Miami. And man, I think it might have been in 2008, 2006 or 2008. We played them, and it was like 62-7. We beat them in the playoffs. Now, if we play like that Jacksonville against Miami, it would be a good game. One that I would love to watch and love to talk about next week.
This game, not a lot to add to it. I think it's one of those cheesy cliche, whichever team turns the ball over the least wins. I think that plagued both teams last week was turnovers and missed opportunities. It took close games that they were in and kind of, for the Jaguars, it caused them to lose. Dolphins, I think they were able to get it back, but it's because who they were playing. I think I lost connection for a second there.
It's okay.
That's what happens when you talk crap about my Jaguars.
I know, right?
But that's
Cut them off.
Instant karma.
You are cut off, sir.
Whoever has the fewest turnovers, I think, is who ends up winning this game. I'll go ahead, actually, against my guy. I'll go give the advantage to the Jaguars at home. So I'm picking the Jaguars to win this one.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh!
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's something, honestly, there is something about this game that I could see the Jaguars doing it. I think the Dolphins have a lot more talent right now, but I don't know if they have meshed yet enough to utilize and be efficient. So this looks like it might be something the Jaguars can sneak in and do some damage, especially at home. So we'll see.
We shall.
All right, now we move on. If you don't know who I'm going to pick, then whatever. It's Ravens at Raiders. It's going to be the Ravens. It's going to be the Ravens by, like, I don't even know. The Raiders are atrocious. The Raiders are atrocious. Joe Flacco's going to rebound. He's going to be fine. It's just there's no way. The Raiders just don't. I'm not convinced right now. I thought they'd be a lot better. I thought they'd have a lot better showing last week, and they didn't. I've definitely got the Ravens in this.
We talked about one of the worst teams in the NFL being Oakland, and that continues to show. I think Oakland just plays terrible football. They always, whenever you look in the NFL, we're always excited to see how you have teams emerge and do great things. Oakland's the complete opposite. They're always demerging and showing us, oh, wow, I didn't really think they could be that bad. But they surprise you, and they always do some crazy, god-awful thing, and they just suck. So, obviously, I think Oakland's going to lose this game by a very far margin, to say the least.
I agree wholeheartedly. It's my team, so that's not saying much, but I do not see any way, after watching what the Bengals did to the Raiders, that this game, I cannot imagine Joe Flacco being as bad as he was last week. The Ravens, definitely. And anything less than a 3-touchdown game, I think, is a failure on our part. And I think, sadly, that is a fair thing to hold a team to when you are playing the Raiders this year.
Yeah,
and not a tough team.
Fantasy people, go ahead and start whatever Ravens tight ends you want. It doesn't matter what string, because the Raiders lost both of their starting safeties week 1. So they picked up a guy off the street, and we'll see what he can do coming in really, really fresh off the street. So we'll move on to, we got some good games coming up, gentlemen. For starting off with a really great rivalry in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys going up against the Philadelphia Eagles at Philly. Who do you guys got for this one?
I was going to choose the Dallas Cowboys if it were not for the fact that Dez Bryant is hurt. The Eagles had no answer for Julio Jones, and as much as I like Julio Jones, I think Dez Bryant is better. However, Des Bryant is hurt and will not be in this game, and the Eagles are very upset that they lost that game. They threw it to an open receiver who then proceeded to pop the ball up on a drop and get it picked. So I think the Eagles come back mad, play a little bit better on offense, few less blown opportunities, and without Des Bryant on the field, I think they rein in that passing game a little bit and are able to sneak out of Dallas with a win.
I am with you on that, and I had the same mindset. Before Des Bryant got hurt this game, you'd have told me probably would have leaned Cowboys. However, based on the drama that did unfold week 1, losing Des Bryant, even though the Cowboys look good on their drives without Des at the end, give them credit where it's due, of course, but the Eagles are hungry. They do have talent over there. They're at home. Those fans are going to be wild. It should be a good game overall. I think it's going to be very close, but I think the Eagles will edge this one out.
I have Dallas in this one. I think even though Des Bryant's hurt, I really think that they're still going to come out and play. It'll be a really close game, but I'm rooting for Dallas on this one.
Then we move on to a marquee. This is probably the most, for me, one of the most anticipated games of week 2, if not the most anticipated game. Sunday Night Football, Seahawks at Green Bay. What do you guys got on this?
It's going to be a really good game. Man, it's Seattle. It's tough. Seattle didn't play Seattle football last week. So if Seattle can come in and play Seattle football this week, I think Green Bay is going to have a hard time. And really, I like Green Bay. I have Seattle winning it, but I do like Green Bay. One, because I got Aaron Rodgers on my fantasy. But besides that, Green Bay just plays continuous good football. It's all around. I think it'll be a battle of the defenses too, which it always seems to be between these two. I do have Seattle because I think Seattle's going to come with revenge. They're going to be really hated on by their fans. I think they need to step it up, but I do have Seattle winning this one here.
I agree. I think Seattle is just slightly better in every aspect of the game.
Except running the ball at the 1-yard line.
Now, they did give him a chance, 4th and 1 in overtime,
And
he did not get it.
exactly.
According to his mother, they need to fire the offensive coordinator. That's neither here nor there. I think they come back. I think they win this game. The NFC is just so very, very top-heavy and very, very tough. The NFC West is one of those divisions. 5-6 years ago was a pancake division. Seattle was no good. The Arizona Cardinals were no good. And that has very rapidly changed now. It's a very tough division. And I think that every team in that division realizes you cannot afford to lose games, especially not to other NFC teams. I think they come out hungry, and I think they get a win.
And I think there's a big factor that you guys were talking about a little bit, and it's coming off a good team coming off of a heartbreaking loss like the Seahawks did, and that makes that team to be really, really hungry. Packers took care of business, won a divisional game, but this is not the Bears, it's the Seahawks. Seahawks had a good test against the Rams, and now they have to go into Lambeau. Again, I think this will be a really, really good game. I think it's going to be super, super close. But I have to agree with you guys. I give the edge to the Seahawks. I think Jimmy Graham gets more involved. I think Marshawn Lynch will do Marshawn Lynch things. There's a lot of good weapons. I love Lockett over in Seattle. Absolutely love the guy. I think he's dynamic. To get him on the field, let him do some work. I got the Seahawks. But it is Green Bay at Green Bay. It's going to be a good game. I can see this. This is almost a coin flip game. It should be a fantastic way to end Sunday.
You talk about Marshawn Lynch's mom. What happened to the good old football moms? Who was the chicken soup lady?
Donovan McNabb's mom.
Donovan McNabb's mom. What happened to mom supporting like that? Instead of
No.
getting fired, what happened to those healthy, hearty moms?
It's just, I mean, I think they're out there, but they don't get, in this day and age of internet news stories, they don't get the clicks, they don't get the views, they don't get all of that.
That's the problem.
Yeah, the dramatic, over-the-top mom who is being controversial will be more like, oh, what is she saying? Oh, snap, over the nice. Like LT's mom had those commercials as well, with LT and stuff. I remember those. And it's just those kind of, I think 90% of us know that those are the ones we want to see, but the drama always, like most things in this day and age, drama will take the headlines, and you'll see them a lot more often.
That's how the Kardashians still have a TV show.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
We'll get back to football. Let's go to Monday.
Monday night, the New York Jets going up against the Indianapolis Colts. And this is this game, again, before the season, I'd have been like, okay, Colts all day, no problem. But this is, I don't know, were the Bills that good? Were the Colts that bad? I'm gonna go ahead and say it's the Colts for me in this game.
New York,
I think
last week though.
Exactly, yeah. And the Jets played who again? The Browns.
They must have had a bye week last week because
yeah,
it was such a terrible game they didn't even air
it. Yeah, exactly. So I've got the Colts. I think they respond, they rebound from what the Bills did to them. Don't get me wrong, I love the Jets D-line. I like what the Jets have on defense as a whole, but they're going against much more talented guys than they played last week. So I got the Colts.
Hands down. I think it's going to be I'm not even going to watch it. I think it's going to be a terrible game. I can't stand the Jets. They had a great game last week, but you're talking about an NFL-style team playing a team who would probably be in high school right now, I'd imagine. And not even Texas-style high school. You're talking about some like Ohio, Michigan, freaking West Virginia-style high school football going on. I don't think the Jets are going to do that good. I think they look good because of who they played. I do not think they're going to do good against Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. So Andrew Luck is a top-tier quarterback. He has been last season. I do think the Colts are going to blow away the Jets' 14-point deficit.
I am also going to choose the Colts. The Jets actually do surprisingly well against the Colts. They've pulled off a couple upsets here in the semi-recent history. But it is at home. I think there's a chip on the Colts' shoulder of proving, hey, we are not who you saw last week. I believe that, to answer the question from earlier, was it the Colts' offense being bad? Was it the Bills' defense being good? I think the Bills' defense is that good. And on the road as well, I think back at home, I think the Colts have a lot more to prove and kind of a way to quiet the doubters in that, because I think there's some hot seat people up there on the coaching staff and in the offices. They believe they are a Super Bowl contending team, and this is a week where they got to go out and prove that that is in fact the case. So I think they get a big win at home, probably a little closer than what people might think, but I think maybe a 3 to 7 point game. But I think the Colts get it done.
And that's going to wrap it up for us here at the Sports Break. Technical difficulties again. We got through it. We fixed it, and it was pretty smooth the second half. Next week should be a lot more smooth with our guy Roldy coming back to Sports Break. Looks like a great weekend of football. It really does. There's a lot of good games that are going to be on. I'm looking forward to it. And any last words from you guys?
No, thanks for joining us. Again, if any of y'all are interested, just message us. We always like to have, the outside opinions come in. You get more football knowledge. Your views from different people. If you're any of y'all interested in joining us or doing a guest kind of deal, let us know and we will talk amongst the 3, 4 of us and we'll get you in there. So again, we appreciate you sticking with us through the technical difficulties. Just like anything, we'll get it fixed, and hopefully next week will be a little better.
Same here. Have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves some football. I certainly know I will. Tough breaks for you Chiefs fans today. Definitely don't like to see your star running back go and fumble the ball and lose a game like that. But we've all been there once or twice, maybe a couple more times, depending on which team you root for. So have a good, fun weekend of football, college and pro, and then we will see you sometime next week, hopefully.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Take care.